You've served the country in the Defense Force, in Bougainville. You've served there. You went to jail for it. You've come out. You're continuing. Give me at least 5 points that you would do immediately as Prime Minister.
Well, number one is amend the Constitution, give 1/10 of the national budget to the churches. God first policy. Number two, of course, is making sure that every citizen of this country have access to free basic health and free education. And number 3 and 4, I want to take back the night from the people. Give them the light to providing our citizens access to electricity. Papua New Guinea is so rich with many flowing rivers. Why we waste money on diesel-powered generators?
Go into hydro.
Oh, go with the hydro. You build one hydro, you can address issues. You kill 2 birds with 1 stone. You provide water, you provide electricity. I want to take back the night from the people and give them the light. And that's one of my biggest dreams and aspirations when I become the Prime Minister. And in provinces where they are living close to the equator, we build solar farms. Yeah, we are worrying about diesel power generators. We can build solar farms. We are in the equator. So you have 2 options there. And you have the third option. We have gas. It is nothing wrong talking to Exxon or Total to put aside 1 or 2 TCFs, basically for domestic consumption, providing electricity. Why are we worried about exporting only? We must reserve certain amount of TCFs for local consumption through electricity.
Yes.
For our children, if there is electricity in Maramuni, that child, which is now only have 8 hours of learning, will extend his or her hours of learning in the night. So he or she will have the equal opportunity like a child living in the towns and cities. It's achievable.
We just have to focus on it and get our resources right and
Exactly.
get our mind right with that.
You see,
That's 4. What's the 5th one?
The 5th one, and I want to say this, I want to make a major resource law revolution in the country. See, our current resource laws are based on Crown law, where we are only entitled to 6 feet underground. I want to change all that. And I want to remove the state completely from being an equity participant. We allow the landowners to come and negotiate the project with the developer. The state becomes the regulator and tax collector.
Yeah.
Right now, what we are having in our country is the state is becoming the player and referee at the same time in the rugby field. Where do you get that? Huh? Where do you get that? I want to get rid of that. I want state to be just the referee and collect the gate fees in the rugby
Make
match.
sure a try is scored for the landowners a little bit.
I tell you, if we do this, Mr. Higgins and Papua New Guinea, those who are watching, if we do this, we're going to remove this unnecessary interference by the state. If we have this law that I am proposing in the resource sector, where the landowners come on the negotiation table, sign the agreement with the developer, and state just be there as a regulator and tax collector, I tell you, there will be no interference. And I believe that our foreign development partners will be happy with this because there is no bureaucratic red tapes or interference by politicians. And I think it's rightfully so. We are meant to be stewards of our land and to maximize the benefits of the resources that we have. And going back to the Bible again, to the foundation, we will have a mechanism that's in place to ensure that we help the landowners as to the management of those funds, and it's reinvested in other areas. So I want to see us return to a situation where State becomes the tax collector and the regulator only, allow the landowners and the provincial governments to sign agreement as equity participants in our resource development in our country. So we get the money from the extractive industry. We need to, invest in the renewable sector. I want to revive all the coffee plantations in the islands, the tea plantations. I want to revive the cacao plantations, the copra plantations, and invest in vanilla. This is where the lifeline of our country is.
This is where Papua New Guinea needs to go.